Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We are here playing Pokemon Sword and Sorcery, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition experiment. And today is our final session of this short experiment. I mean, it would have gone on longer, but then the real world happened and Nick is going back to work, so we don't have these time slots. It's a whole thing. We're going to try and make it work in such a way that, if we can find time slots in the future, we can pick it back up and either start a new game or continue this one. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But for now, consider this the finale. With I wish I was good at editing, because then
it's like the season finale / hiatus until further notice.
Yeah, except we're not going to leave it on a really shitty cliffhanger and then rush a really half-assed final season with only like half the number of episodes, where any answer is really unimaginative, and then we just go,
"What is this?
Yay.
So we're not going to be Dexter, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Yu-Gi-Oh Arc 5. Got it.
Yeah.
I probably pissed off so many people by saying that.
It says
I'm telling the truth.
It says a lot about each of us, how we all knew exactly what kind of thing I was talking about, but we were all thinking of a totally different fucking series, because I was thinking of Warehouse 13.
Oh, Warehouse 13! Ah!
It was such a good series as well, and then they fucked it.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Now I want to rewatch Warehouse 13.
I mean, it's been a while since I've rewatched it, but I have like the entire thing like on a hard drive somewhere. Usually like every couple of years I end up rewatching it, and every time I get so built up and I enjoy it, and then I go, oh no, the last season's coming up.
Yeah.
Alright. I said my name. I'm Bardic. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, all that junk as the Bardic Knock. I will explain what we are doing after I throw down and let the other voices talk and say their names and the stuff and the things. Nick, go while I drink.
I always go first, but hello, you know me. I've been here every time, and like every time Bardic has extra people, I'm always. But in case you don't know who I am for whatever reason, I'm Nick. I'm Strider Winters practically everywhere except for Twitter because it's weird. So I'm Nikias Schroeder over there. But I am here always on Bardic's channel. I am his only mod on Discord, and I'm one of his 2 mods here in Twitch, and I'm also his emoji maker. So if you use that Twitch Prime sub, you can get the heart tails and the big. Is it the big brain or big dumb emoji? It's big brain.
I think it's big brain. Big brain.
It's big brain. In which case, I just managed to make text in the form of a brain, and it says big.
Perfect. I love it. I love you, Nick.
Oh, thank you. Love you too.
Wow. All right.
Right.
Do we then throw it on over to Kay? Or Kay has just muted herself.
No. I just in case, since he's here with the ick. We'll get distracted again. Hey, I'm Kate, also known as Undead K, on various places on the Twitter. It's backwards, it's K Undead. And yeah, I've been here. I've been doing stuff. I do other stuff in other places, including my own Twitch channel on occasion. And yeah, I'll be playing Trixie May and the Braxian without a nickname, because he'd rather be chasing butter.
That is.
His name is actually Titania or Oberon.
It is the most valid reason I've ever heard for a Pokemon not having a nickname. I was gonna nickname it, then it ran away to chase butterflies. And I wanted to call it back, but it didn't have a nickname, so I just had to shout Braixen, and then it learned that name, and
Trixie hasn't gained her Braixen trust. That's it.
Well, I decided it's canon that Trixie to give him a nickname, and he just wasn't having it.
We
She
just
failed.
need to get you and Brexian into a sort of friendship, like, like
We are buddies.
try, but you need to be better buddies.
You
What
don't know
about
how
battle
the
buddies?
Connection goes.
Battle is fine,
Mm.
I guess.
I don't know.
All right,
I just
ATB.
call him Butterfree because they all.
Before we get too distracted, ATB, who are you quickly?
I'm a tired guy. I am especially tired today, so I apologize for
Being on
sounding
brand?
well, being even more tired. But yeah, apologize if I'm just very low energy because IRL is kind of stupid. Surprise, surprise. I can usually be found here on Bardic's channel. This was really the only game I was in, although Bardic is working on a thing that I might be in the future. I'm also usually lurking around into chat here or with other friends, and I'm also on Kay's channel when we play Curse of Strahd, and I believe we're doing a makeup session this Thursday.
Indeed,
Okay.
we are. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We
Playing
recorded
through-
the one shot. Didn't
Playing through Death House, or we're doing something,
Death House
and it might
sounds
involve
like
vampires.
one of those Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis style beat 'em ups where it's got really bad blood graphics and you just go through and just like beat the crap out of stuff non-stop.
It has Pepto-Bismol blood from like Danganronpa.
Mm.
It's just Pepto-Bismol everywhere.
Alrighty. I said who I am, players heard who they are. Let's explain what this is. Hey, this is a vague experiment in which we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, but also with Pokemon. That's basically it. If you
Basically,
haven't,
we're each controlling 2 characters, one of which is a Pokemon.
yeah.
Mhm.
If you haven't got the gist of it, and you don't really know what's going on, don't worry, because I don't either. So it's very much, we make it up, what sounds fun, we do that. We're not trying to go for balance or fairness, we're going for what is fun. Because fun trumps rules. That's
Shenanigans.
Love conquers all.
You know what's fun? Ignoring the battle and trying to romance Leon's ancestor.
That
I'm
is
sure
also
that
fun.
is. I'm sure that hasn't gotten old at all.
No, it hasn't. That is like the most fun. Alright, so recap, which ATV has just alluded to. You made it to Modestoke, you had a fun time at Modestoke. Celine went on a date with Leopold, aka Leon from 3,000 years ago. And then you recruited Ubak.
Ubak!
The
Ubak!
Fire gym leader.
Yep. You recruited
The
Ubak,
ancestor of
Kabu, Milos, and Ash. They all came together. You got basically grass, fire, water trio. They made like a first wave to defend against AZ and the Chaos Army. They did that as you booked it out of town. You are now in the middle of a wild area. Leopold and Celine had a smooch. It was a good smooch. Very good smooch.
It's a pretty awkward smooch.
Awkward smooches are good smooches.
Drown.
It's fine. There'll be
But-
more. I'm
Yeah.
sure there'll be more smooches off screen
Yeah.
once this is over.
And the
We
vague mission you were given was get to Hammerlock, get stuff going, get some kind of message to Ed or ED, whatever we called the king. I think we just said Ed.
I think,
Ed.
King
yeah.
Ed.
Yeah, King Ed.
King Ed.
And
Ed and As. Ed 80s. What's their ship name? Azed. Azed.
What?
It's Azed. There it is.
Are you shipping the King of Kalos with the King of Galar?
I'm just doing what the fans already want.
I don't. I have not seen any fans saying they wanted the two kings shipped.
Well, now
You
they
are
will.
looking in the right places.
I guess I'm not.
mean, I didn't even know we had fans, so this is news to me.
Oh yeah,
Right.
everyone, don't tell Bardic, but r/the Bardic now.
Wait.
r/secret Bardic now.
I mean, I don't know how to use Reddit, so if you
Perfect. So Reddit is like the perfect place for a secret Bardic fan service.
it completely is. If you want to have a secret fan place where I won't discover it, put it on Instagram, Facebook, or Reddit, and I will never find it because I don't
It's
like
where
them.
all of the fan art of this apparent ship is, I guess.
All right.
Totally.
All right. So.
Screw the canon ship.
I'm super off topic. I am so sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Because obviously, I'm gonna have to like speed things up a lot so we can actually get to like a climactic finish and all that. So that's fine. It just means I can cut even more stuff. Because when I say cut stuff, I mean don't get distracted and talk about a flower for 20 minutes. Which, let's face it, we all know I could do.
Or
Could
fanfiction,
have
apparently.
Yeah. Or randomly just dive back down the Kingdom Hearts hole.
Look.
Don't, Bardic, don't.
I won't
Mm.
say it.
Staying strong. I got this.
Staying strong. You got
So,
this.
you have landed in the middle of a wild area, specifically in the bridge field. So, you know, the place where the daycare is. Obviously, there isn't a daycare here, but we'll say there's just a random little house here. Just for shits and giggles, so it fits with geography of the wild area. You know you need to book it on up to Hammerlock. For speed, I'm going to say you can just do it. You're capable enough adventurers. You can just make it to Hammerlock. The only thing that will slow you down, I say slow you down, as in will make this scene not just be an instant like screen wipe cut, boom, you're at Hammerlock, is if on the way there you wish to have a discussion with anybody else present.
Who's else here? It's what, us six and Leo
Yeah.
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
And
his,
also
with his
Sid.
Doublade. Oh, and Sid.
Yeah.
Sid is
And
now
Sid.
riding on top of Leopold's head.
Mhm. Mhm.
I believe I forgot about Sid.
How dare you?
It's
How dare you
just
forget
a
about my
freaking flapple.
grandkid?
Your grandkid.
Yes.
So Luna is your daughter.
Sid is
and
Luna's. Sid is Luna's
Son.
kid, and so Celine takes care of Luna, which makes Celine like grandma. It makes sense.
Alright.
Yeah, there's just you lot, and then Leopold and Sid the Flapple. So, if you have things you wish to discuss, either just because you want a cool character moment, or because you have like in-game things, be like, ooh, this is the plan.
I thought I determined like on my first action that I do not have a cool character. Like
Yeah.
So
Do what you want to do.
I guess Celine will just start conversation if that's fine.
Yeah, crack
Brady's gonna
on.
try and like make
Yeah?
background just for her conversation.
You just want to roll a performance check and not getting that one, don't you?
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Which is
I will.
come on, dice roller, work with me here.
I will piss my pants if you get in that one again. It's the worst fucking bard. Okay, no. 18.
Done
Oh.
18.
Yeah, 18. So what kind of music are you playing softly in the background?
Minecraft music.
God fucking damn it.
I mean, I think that's royalty free, so technically, if I could be fucked, I could edit that in.
No. No.
Nah, effort.
was just the Mario theme, like.
That would be better. Just play some sort of Mario music.
Get crunk! Sorry, I was feeling it.
Did you just get like super hype for my little doots?
Yeah, I was about to break it down.
Gosh.
Right. Shiny object.
So, Celine, you wish to begin a conversation whilst traveling.
Basically, while just rushing to get to Hamrock, she just speaks up like, so, if on the off chance we end up not dying impaled on the same spear, what do you lot plan to do after this?
I'm gonna rebuild the Bassoon Wooloo. I like that place.
You still have the Bassoon Wooloo sign,
I still
right?
have the sign from the Bassoon Wooloo that was smashed by a next.
I am surprised
roller.
that sign still survived to this day.
You used it as a surfboard.
Wooloos are
and it
tanky.
got swept away.
So, just for my
surf in the river.
just for my imagination, right? I'm assuming, it's very Pokemon, so everyone's got like a backpack on. You just have a Bassoon Wooloo sign hanging off the end of your backpack, like just hanging off the side.
Yes, I have like hooks at the bottom of the pack, and so it just hangs there, like as if my backpack is the tavern.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna retcon something in, right? You know how you got like smashed out of Motorstoke? I'm gonna say when that happened, another tavern got destroyed. Pick a musical instrument, and you can have another one of these signs. Just because I like the idea of you having a little collection.
Another instrument. What was the instrument we were talking about last night?
Sham.
The Shammed Wooloo.
Yeah.
The Sham Wooloo.
So you've got the Bassoon Wooloo, the Shammed Wooloo, and the two Wooloos on the images. They're kind of like semi-facing each other. So it almost looks like they're playing a duet together.
Aww.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're gonna rebuild some tavern. Is that it? Like,
Well, of course I'm gonna give myself contracts there. I'm
smart.
gonna play at this place. I'm gonna play at this place on Wednesdays and this place on Friday. I just need to find
nice.
places for the other 5 days of the week. Maybe I'll take a day off. Maybe I'll only do 6.
Yeah, might as well take a day off. What about you, Trixie?
Well, I'm not entirely sure just yet. Words, God, words.
It's fine. What's our?
You think about your words before you say them?
I mean, I'm not even used to talking.
I have to. I sort of have to think of what to say before, or else I might someone.
Look, unless you're going to say worst Pokemon ever, you're not going to offend me. You'll just don't say those words in that sentence.
What is offension?
What?
It's when you insult an Umbreon and it decides it wants to try to taste your jugular.
No, that's a joke.
Also an Umbreon.
No.
No,
Umbreons
trust
are
me.
Too adorable for.
Oh dear. She has already fooled you. Luna, what have you done?
She just looks at you with a piece of steak in her mouth and flapple on her head.
She doesn't even have steak anymore.
She found steak.
Yeah, don't question it. She just found steak. It like fell out the sky. And just it cuts over to Luna. Luna turns.
Tiny little red bits of jelly, I guess, on her paws. It's fine.
Yeah, it's strawberry jam.
I love this image of Luna just turning. The steak kind of flaps around, so it like flaps and slaps Luna under the chin. She turns and goes, Oh,
Ah,
dear.
that's too much blue.
Well, anyway, what were you saying, Trixie? Before we went off that tangent.
I was just saying that I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing. Perhaps I'll go to Stowonside. I've heard they've found quite a few fossils out that.
Ah. Well, depending on things, maybe I might think of going there too. That actually sounds. What about you, Leopold?
Oh, well, I suppose. Well, I don't. I suppose I just have to keep my position in the town guard and the military and all.
Oh, wait a minute. We were already told by Kabu. Ubak, sorry, wrong one.
Who's Kabu?
You're thinking of this.
We were already told by Ubak that we were like above that, weren't we? You were there. You were with us. We're above. Like
Well-
we have some form of authority in politics.
Well,
I mean, that is.
I'm pretty sure you're
true.
part of that.
oh, then I don't really know. Perhaps.
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 Mayhaps.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps. Well, that seems like a. That sounds like it could be a very weird name to name your kid.
Yes. Well, perhaps.
Or a nice thing for. Anyways.
But you know, maybe. Well, okay. So I've always really wanted like some warrior, some hero. You know, something that people can look at and do. I don't know. Maybe I'll find some way to compete. You know, wouldn't it be wonderful if I was some kind of you know, obviously friendly, but you know, some form of competitive arenas where you know, Pokemon and warriors could duke it out in non-lethal manners. You know, entertainment and glory and all that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll see if that exists.
So like with blunt swords or something.
Yeah, with you know blunt swords or you know.
Or magic, maybe. That's what my village used to do. We used to have little competitions all the time, every new moon. It was fun.
I don't know. Maybe I'll put all my time and effort into that and finding something. I don't know.
And thus Leopold created the competitive Pokemon.
Yay!
Creating our own canon every episode.
There we go.
I mean, I honestly don't know what I will do. I still got my own mission to accomplish.
Mission? What mission?
I am hunting for a beast.
Oh,
One that
Wait,
I
what?
can't even remember what it looks. I can barely remember what it looks like.
Oh well, that was going to
was
be
it a
my
giant
next question.
firebird? Because I've seen one of those. They say if you see one, like you're destined to see it again or something.
No, not the giant firebird.
Was it a giant
Or
hand
something
that
like-
came out of the sky? I had a nightmare about it.
A giant hand that. Did you say that jabbed the sky or came out of the sky?
But it came out of the sky. It was just this. Blah blah blah. Ugh. Ugh.
I dreamt of two of them. One was like all twitchy.
Why?
I
sounds-
honestly had that sort of dream too.
I
But
just.
also the hand thing, I don't know. It almost looked not real.
Hmm.
It didn't look like a Pokemon. I know that much. But I'm.
My dream was very
I need
weird.
to find
Then,
it.
then some like big doggos came out. Very strange. I should have understood. it.
That does sound
Yeah.
like a rather odd dream.
It was
One
a
of-
big doggo. Like what? It's like a Stoutland?
No.
That's a big
It,
doggo.
it's not like a Stoutland, and not like an Arcanine. Either. Just you know, large, four-legged, furry. You know, they look battle hardened. You know, like scars and like damaged ears. But then you know they got like crowns, and one had a sword. I don't know. I think I just ate too much cheese that evening. Pokemon carrying a sword. How silly.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know. That sounds kind of.
I just kind of look at
familiar.
Grovile and I'm just like, would you ever carry a dagger? Or some kind of sword? Crap. Thought so.
I want to know if that was a yes grow or a no grow.
You shall never grow.
Alrighty. Is there anything else in this
No,
conversation?
I was gonna say is Braxian, upon hearing Pokemon with swords, just kind of makes a funny face and starts like he casts like control flames, I guess, and it's sort of I guess create bonfire, but like more just in his hand, and he's kind of just juggling it, and just he thinks the idea of swords is silly. And yeah, awkward finger guns out.
Fantastic.
With that, as the conversation reaches a natural ending point, let's say, you arrive and there's a giant dragon's head up a flight of stairs, because you're now at Hammerlock.
That's a big old dragon's head. I like it.
Yes.
Dragons are cool.
Is that Reggie Draco?
What's that?
Did they kill the Reggie Draco just to put it here?
I don't think so. I think it's just a statue.
I really
Yeah,
hope
it
so.
doesn't look like an actual dragon.
I don't know. I've never been to the Crown Tundra. So, never seen any of the ruins or anything.
Yeah. Oh,
My.
I heard the Crown Tundra is great this time of year, though.
I've heard it doesn't
We
exist
end up
until
living
November.
and getting money to go
Sure,
there.
I've
We
heard
don't
it
just
doesn't
go
exist
there.
until this fall.
But, I might go to the Isle of Armor tomorrow when it's out.
Oh.
Tune in tomorrow to the twitch.tv/the Bardic Knock to see first looks at the Isle of Armor.
I will be
Let's
too busy
say
playing it myself.
I mean, there's
I don't have
yes.
the money to get it yet. I'm
Soon,
so
though.
poor.
Well, you can enjoy it vicariously through me. Well, I'm now very... This is a different conversation, but is anyone else super confused about when this is meant to release? Because obviously, I think... is it just bang on midnight tonight? Or is there,
If it is, what time or what time zone midnight?
I don't know.
Is it Australia midnight? Is it Western, or is it Pacific, United States Pacific midnight?
Because obviously there's going to be a game update, and then there's going to be a home update, and then there's this whole thing, there's now a new Pokemon Direct that's coming tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time, and it's I don't know what this is. So I don't know if I will be able to stream it tomorrow morning or not.
Okay. It says because we're so good at staying on par.
On
It
task.
says
It's fine because I was plotting with Bardic, so it's fine.
It says that the official Japanese Pokemon Sword and Shield site confirms that the DLC will drop the night of June 17th in Japan. According to the Pokemon Home in-app news, the app will undergo maintenance on June 17th from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. EDT.
Eastern Daylight Time.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Because 5 a.m. is exactly when my stream starts.
So yeah.
Oh!
I guess it'll be undergoing maintenance in the early morning tomorrow, and
Well,
then be released.
in that case,
Final Fantasy retrospective?
either that or I mess around with source. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I shall figure it out. Maybe I'll just do it later on in the day.
Yeah.
We shall see. Anyhow, we just distract ourselves entirely, and I don't know if I should... I think I might have to cut all that shit out. I don't know. Fuck it! No, it can stay in, because it's useful information that won't be useful...
Information that'll be released after it's not relevant.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they're talking about, it's being released tomorrow, but this could be but this actual episode could be released days later.
Yeah, it gets done usually whenever I go,
It's not useful information.
What?
The fact that in order to keep my Freddy's ADD up, I'm distracting myself by painting a goblin figure.
Yes.
Trying to get back on task. Is there anyone guarding the entry?
A valid question. Yes, you arrive and you see there's one guard. Who's got a berserker? Because berserkers are cool and don't get enough love. He's there, sound berserker. Berserker, there go. And the guy goes, "What's up?"
Braxian's gonna approach the berserker and just kind of hover his hand a few inches above the berserker's head and just breaks it, and just basically asking if he can pet.
Can pet?
The berserker goes, and the berserker nods.
Alright, so Braxian is in the background petting berserker.
Berserker immediately rolls onto his back and goes.
Luna goes over to the berserker and just smells it. Just little sniff.
The
What
berserker's
does a berserker smell?
like iron wool.
I was gonna say, do I need to pick up one of my cats and give them a sniff, and I can maybe give you an
Yeah,
idea?
but also a berserker's steel.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if they smell like metal.
Yeah.
In which case, a
Luna?
berserker would do very well if they had isn't there a path of barbarian that's like taste of
Uh,
blood or something like that? I feel like that's a barbarian feature, taste of blood, but I could be completely
I don't know
wrong.
what you're talking about.
I have no idea. I don't play barbarians.
I don't know. Ignore me.
Ignore me. All right. So you're there. You just hang out with Berserker. The guard's like, "What's up?" Huh? Hi.
Hey. Yeah. We need help. We need to see King, the king, now.
The
Oh.
Colosseum's literally in Motorstoke.
Oh, that's what that is.
They're in the city of
And pardon the, but they're basically destroying fucking everything.
Yeah. The guard just points over to the direction Motorstoke is. You can see smoke and the image of a giant golem just waving around over there. Oh, so that's what's going on. Cool.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Colossians, dick.
They're here with the king.
The Colossians are coming.
That sounds like a different war altogether. Maybe that sounds like Yanovan talk, really.
Unova is the one that takes place in New York, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's actual canon that they also went to war with Kalos.
Kalos, well, it's because...
Kalos went to war with a lot of people, with a lot of the regions.
I mean, I don't think that's official canon. It's it's very much like this is canon. It just says 3,000 years ago they were in a war, and the Kalos one also says 3,000 years ago they were in a war. It's like dudes at Pokemon just like saying 3,000 years.
It's because 3,000 years is that very good point of non-history.
Yeah.
It's where everything just happened.
Yeah. So the guard is like, "Oh, all right, yeah, cool. If you're here about all that, I'll walk you on through. Follow me.
Thanks.
I'm the god, doing the god walk, doing the god stuff, doing
I
the
just start
god
playing along with his tune. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
just look over to Leopold is that something that they teach you when you become part of the military or something?
walk. No,
Just the
it's...
guard walk and dance?
Nope. This is 100% me. Just me.
Okay.
All right. And look, we're here. Turns out this city's got a very easy to navigate structural development. Look, the castle is right here. It
It's
also
very straightforward.
it also
Is Leopold
has
still with us?
yeah. Leopold is there. Leopold joined in with the guard walk dance.
Okay. I was thinking, like, when you were saying, look how easy it is, that Leopold is just now lost.
I should have done that. No. Leopold was thankfully he had to stay close enough by to learn the guard walk dance. So
Okay.
Guard walk dance.
it's sweeping the nation.
Guard walk dance.
So you get there, and he goes, all right, Lord is in there. What's this Lord's name? What's Rayhan's ancestor called? Dragon Boy.
Raihan the First.
Raihan the First.
Have it be just a long succession of males being named Raihan, just like in Legend of Zelda, where all the princesses are named.
Okay, but hear me out. It's Raihan the First, but it's not first the number. It's first because he a sexy boy.
Raihan the Third.
Raihan the Thirst.
Raihan the Thirst. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lord Raihan the First is through here, and Leopold goes, I thought his dad was also called Raihan. It's a long story, mate. And you walk on in. This one is very different to Ubak's. This is very lavish. This is, gold and gems and all the shit you would envision in like a dragon's hoard, basically.
So, are we sure Raihan just isn't a dragon?
I thought that was like a theory that was going around the region for quite some time. That the entire family is just dragons that decided they wanted to become human, and so they did.
Wait, is the guard still with you?
It's like the Kyogre legend with like the eating shuckles all the time.
Okay, no, the guard's not with you. Leopold will chime in. He goes, well, I never really thought of it like that. I'm 100% honest. That sounds like something, if someone had spent more time planning stuff, would have fitted in and would have made a really interesting side plot, but obviously it got pushed to the...
Now I feel bad because I have to go back to work soon and won't have time for this game.
Well, that's why I'm going to try and make this semi-open-ended in such a way that it would be possible to come back and continue, or to start a new game in the same setting and all this, and we can do a whole thing. So it's kind of like a test preliminary. What would he do about that?
One might say a D&D 5e experiment.
Exactly. The thing it says right there on the screen.
It literally says it right there.
Alright. Alright. So with that, you walk on in, and you see Raihan the Thirst, who, you know what? I'm gonna say Raihan is like full-on stereotypical, like barbarian-esque attire, so no shirt, just rippling muscles. He's got like a fur-lined waistcoat. He's basically like a waistcoat, but it's just made of fur, and he's wearing like he's got like a little battle skirt on, and you're fairly certain if he wasn't sat in the position he's sat in, you'd be able to see right up it. And he's just like lounging on this big throne, like just like eating grapes and drinking wine and like just throwing stuff into like a small area where it collects as like trash. And every time he does it, he like puts his hand and goes, 3 points. Yeah.
Is there a scoreboard anywhere?
Yes, there is a scoreboard behind him where an incredibly attractive male and an incredibly attractive female, both in very skimpy, revealing outfits, they go up and they like keep track of the score. And Raihan the Thirst just kind of looks and goes and winks at him and goes, yeah. Nice.
I have a question.
I'm just gonna like waltz up and be like, hey, nice one. Made you look.
I have a question. So, like...
No, Freddy.
Okay.
You can't just say that on the first time you see someone.
Okay, you have your question, and then we can make dick jokes.
So you know how like Ubek had his own sort of like greeting, and everybody had to be like Ubek, Ubek, Ubek. Does Raihan the Thirst have anything like that?
Yes.
Like a customary.
No. What Raihan does is when you walk in, you see him do that, and he goes, yeah! And everyone like applauds and takes the score, and then you get announced, goes, introducing. Oh, I didn't get your name. Oh, here you go. These people. God buggers off.
Yee!
And then Raihan stands up, and everyone else, all of his courtroom, they all do a dab. They go, yeet! They hit a fat dab and shout yeet.
Oh my
you know what?
god.
So
You know what? I'm sorry.
you know what? Celine and Luna are just gonna roll performance to see if they can just copy that to a T.
Alright, go for it.
14. That's not bad.
Alright, 14. 14's good. I mean, okay, it's not just. It's not quite just a boring regular dab. It's like an advanced dab. So instead of just the arms, you know, they kind of like lean over. They make an isolation with their rib cage. So their rib cage like juts out to one side and carves down as they bend one supporting leg and they lift the other one up as if into a retire position and then dab. So it's an advanced dabbing, as they all shout yeet.
Sounds like a ballet move.
Alright, you know what? I think if I just move my chair, I might have enough room.
Oh my fucking god.
So,
Oh god. Is my stream open? Yep,
It's
stream's open.
delayed
Yeah.
for
So you can't-
but
you can't-
I can't wait.
It is a little delayed.
you can't see. So, you can't really see my waist either. Let me just move the camera down a little bit. It's the legs that are really more point. So, comes up to a retire,
I can't wait for
like
to
that.
stream the-
And then the rib cage isolates off to the side, as such. And then, it's yeet.
Staying up.
So, that is the position. Now I'm sitting back down.
That
I
is an
am
advanced
just watching
dab.
the stream as you.
It's very advanced dabbing as they shout yeet.
Oh boy.
And this is what happens when you give me the chance to make terrible memes. Alright. So you've done that, you've entered. You copy it relatively well. You know, for someone who's going, "Whoa!" I copied. You also performed in the yeet dab.
Mm-hmm. And then Celine and Luna just share a look like we'd never talk about this ever again.
Trixie does try, but she sort of like stumbles just a little bit as she's doing. So not like very cool.
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess I
Freddy,
can
do-
performance
Freddy does it just
to see how-
fine.
I guess
Freddy-
I can roll to see
Freddy
how
was
she
the-
does.
Wow.
Okay, so Celine and Luna got twinsy rolls. Freddy
Oh
and
my god!
What the fuck? Okay.
Apparently, Trixie does not stumble.
apparently us and our Pokemon are just in sync, and so
Yeah,
now our rules
yeah.
are the
We're in sync here. What was that?
This is freaky.
That
So-
is so weird.
Okay, so I am just going to point out, right, the chance of rolling the exact same number on a d20 twice in a row, that's a 1 in 400 chance. The fact that we had 3 1 in 400 chances, that's like a 1 in... quick math. 1 in 12,000 chance. Or 1 in 1,200. Yeah, 1 in 1,200 chance that just happened.
yes.
That's fucking ludicrous.
That's insane.
This is only proof that AZ is going the fuck down.
So yeah, apparently Trixie does not stumble.
No, I think you all do the dab pretty alright. You know, it's like you've been yeet dabbing your whole lives.
I mean,
This is the
Jim
second most
might have
traumatizing experience
already.
I've ever had.
Jim might have already been yeet dabbing quite a bit already.
I mean, he already T-posed to assert his dominance
Damn
at the very
right.
first.
Okay, so with that, right hand the first is standing there, and he looks down at you all, because of course his throne is like slightly, it's on like a small podium that lifts up, and he goes, "Alright, yo, what's up, dudes? How's it going?"
Hey, and probably is gonna go like, "What? I'm like, ha! Made you look."
Look at what?
No, he didn't. He didn't do like the
Ready?
what?
Do you need help with the whole flirting thing?
No. Thought it would be funny because you want to kill.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I thought
Think-
you were.
Discord made me go black. You were going, "Hey, nice wang." Huh? The thing is, if you actually said "nice wang," he would have gone, "It is."
And all of his court just nods.
Yeah,
Like,
they all
yes,
go.
It is.
They all just sit there and go, "I'm straight."
Not where I was expecting that to go, but anyways. Hey,
Go.
so the Kalosians are invading.
Ah. Bummer.
They are currently at Motostoke.
Ah. Sucks.
Everything's on fire.
Ah.
Maybe. Possibly.
Ah. That sucks. Alright.
As of right now, Ubak, Milos, and Ash are trying to help stay the advance.
We should probably do something about that, right?
I mean,
Just
all hands on deck, as they might say.
All hands on dick? What?
I don't think that.
I mean,
Look,
alright. Usually I take people out for a drink first, but you know, if that's what you're into, cool, let's go.
no, deck.
Oh.
All hands on deck, like like the sailors say. Whenever they're just like, hey,
Oh, like DECK.
I thought, is it DECK? I thought it was DEK.
No.
No, it's DECK.
breaks in face bombs and shakes his head.
Alright. So, obviously, you know, I'm just one lord. I mean, whilst an immensely impressive human being, which I am, obviously I'm not. I can't take a whole army with just me and a couple of my bros. So,
Are you sure? Because you look very much like that old lord, Adonis.
well, yeah, but you know, that's the whole army. You know, like I can take on a lot. You know, like, I can take on like 20, 50, maybe 100, but just one, nah. But how about this? I can send messages out. We can get the other peeps. They can all be here. We can get an army. You know what? You know what's actually a lot quicker, right? If I lend you my, you know what? I can hook you up with some Corvinites. They'll fly up to Winden. You have a chat with King Ed. While you're doing that, I'll get all the other mates. I'll get them all. And we'll all be here. And well, actually, we won't be here. We'll advance to Motostoke to help out Ubak, Milos, and Ash. You chat with King Ed. Get your shit sorted. And we get it on. They got Corvinites. They can, like, you know, almost like a taxi or something. You're like a flying taxi.
I'll never catch on.
Quite impressive.
Well, it is pretty cool. So, you want me to do that for you? Or do you want to do like anything here? You want to hang out and, you know, that?
Well, here's the thing, actually. I
Uh-huh.
could potentially turn into a Corviknight, so could I just look at one for a few seconds and be able to be like, boom, magic, become Corviknight and just fly there along and just give my friends give my companions here Corviknight.
Well, you'd all get in one because it's not like you all get on the Corviknight. The Corviknight, they've got like baskets that they carry, so you'd all
Oh.
like if you think you could do it faster and you want to turn into a Corviknight, crack on.
Oh no, I just want. Look, I might end up dying. I want to have a bit of fun and become a Corviknight for a bit.
Oh yeah, go on. I'll show you the way. We'll get on there. We'll get this. We'll get it going. We'll get this stuff going. Is there anything else I can help you with? Do for you, or anything and that jazz?
Uh,
Uh,
I don't think so.
Cool.
We just gotta like get the army going because
All right. I'm on that.
Closians are here.
Yeah. I'll get on that.
Mhm.
You go chat with King Ed. Tell him what's going on, and I'll get the crew. And we'll cut them down. Then we'll have like a big climactic showdown. And you can show up halfway through the battle and be fucking badasses. How's that sound?
Yeah, like
That sounds
usually do.
awesome.
Sounds good to me.
Nice. Right. I'll go sort that. You know what? I'll hand you over to Frank, the guard. Frank will get you through that. Until then, I'm gonna go sort some stuff out. Peace. And he does deuces and just swaggers on out the room to go and collect more wards for the army to do the stuff and the things. Frank, the guard, all stand there. Right, yeah, just follow me, I'll take you to the Corviknight. Doing the guard walk, doing the guard walk. Boom, you go, you get your Corviknights, there's a basket. If you want to turn into one, you can totally turn into one. You can go, woo, fly. And that'll take you to Winden. Winden, in this era, obviously, it's not a big, built-up, fancy metropolis city. I'm going to say it's like big, fuck-off castle and surrounding wall and all that jazz. It's all very impressive. Where Rose Tower is in Winden in the game, that'll be where the actual palace is. It's lavish, it's ridiculous, it's redonk.
Are you implying that sometime during the 3,000 years, the castle of the Galar King, the Galarian royal family, was knocked down and became Chairman Rose?
Yes, this is exactly what I am implying.
quite possible, honestly.
I mean, isn't that literally what they employed Bede to do? Was to destroy artifacts to build?
I have no idea. I think Bede was just being an idiot and thinking, "Oh yes, because I am like endorsed by the chairman, I can do whatever the fuck I want." Oh shit! Now I'm getting my thing revoked. Oh well, guess I'll die.
I don't know. It's not really out. I don't think it's
Something-
particularly well explained.
Yeah.
Also-
I just assumed Bede was being an idiot.
Are we real?
But Oleana told him to do that.
I mean, that's what I
She
think.
said
Like,
to
oh
get-
no, he did the thing.
She only said to get like more of the
Wishing
fragment
stars.
piece, wishing stars. She didn't say like, "Hey, destroy this money."
I mean, also, I just need to ask. Bede? Is that pronunciation? I've been saying bead in my head.
Yeah, it's Bede.
I've always said Bede. Just when
thought
I
it
read
was
the first
Bede,
time, I could
but-
be wrong.
Yeah.
In his
We're all-
theme song,
we
they
also
literally
speak
say
different
Bede,
versions of
so-
English. So
Oh, I don't know.
also apparently, what? I'm just
What?
looking at gym leader names, and I just noticed Alistair, Bede, and Melon in the Japanese version are called Onion, Beet, and Melon.
What?
Onion. Onion.
Onion.
Alistair is Onion.
I can't believe
In the
you
Japanese, do they
became a
all
gym
have-
leader ca-
Do they all
No.
have like vegetable?
Well, kind of. Milo is Yarrow. Nessa is Rurina, whatever that is. Kabu is Kabu. B is Saito. Opal is Poplar. Gordy is Makua. Piers and
None-
Marnie are Nezu and Mary, and Raihan is Kibana.
You said poplar. That just makes me think of the Futurama. You know when they eat the poplars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that
also,
was a thing.
Poplar's a tree, which means, does that mean that Opal used to be a professor?
Hmm.
Because all
Oh.
professors are named trees except for fucking Sonia?
Maybe she was
Maybe.
going to
Well,
take the position,
the
but then decided to become a gym leader.
The thing is, obviously we have no idea. Actually, that's a very valid question, right? Because it's Professor, I want to say Marigold, is this one, right? That's...
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
A marigold ain't a fucking tree, it's a flower.
Mhm.
But,
Now I ruined
so-
the tradition.
I mean, it was already ruined because juniper's a bush.
Magnolia.
Magnolia. But even that's a fucking...
Oh, yeah.
That's a flower as well, that ain't a tree.
Mhm.
So, since Sonia is Magnolia's granddaughter, like, who are the parents? And does the Magnolia name transfer down? Or is the parent of Sonia, like, does the dad have a tree name? Or,
Maybe it's like a Disney movie. Maybe the parents are like dead.
Dead.
I don't know.
Maybe the parents
Uh.
are wherever Ash's dad is.
I don't know, but
Oh,
apparently,
Yeah,
though,
deadbeat parents.
apparently both Sonia and Professor Magnolia are, that's their Japanese name as well. They are Magnolia and Sonia.
I don't know.
Huh.
It's weird.
Anywho.
Why do we have tree, flower, not a plant?
Well, juniper is a bush from Gen 5.
There's a bush in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
the first
so
female professor is a bush.
I guess maybe just the females don't follow the rule?
Yeah, because trees are manly. Urgh.
Yeah.
Oak, elm, birch, rowan, sycamore, kukui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anywho.
Bath.
Shiny objects. I apologize. I forget where this was leading. Or
Alright.
came from, even.
I don't fucking know.
We're at a castle.
We
Fancy.
were
Alright.
heading towards the. We
Yeah.
were going towards Swindon.
Well, I think we actually just landed.
I mean, obviously, if you want to have another conversation about anything, on your way to Winden, you can have a conversation while you're being flown there. That's all good. Or you can just arrive. Either or, both are good.
I mean, I was gonna have Celine mention a thing, but like based off of
Can
the
she-
other convo,
can
but
Can she speak if she's a Corviknight?
oh, probably not. I think.
I
Actually,
mean,
I got
you
an
can, but it just comes out like...
I got an idea.
So,
Luna, it kind of taps Freddy, and she sort of makes a motion to her, to basically at her face, like, "Hey, I want to tell you something. Cast that magic, doodad."
oh yeah, speak with animals.
Yeah, she's basically doing like, "Hey, I
I'm doing the speaking with animals spell.
Okay, you do the spell. You now speak with the animals.
Yes, Luna?
You know how you were talking about dogs with like swords and stuff?
Yeah?
I saw one of those.
You saw...
Mhm.
Where?
It was the night that the creature came to mine and Celine's village.
Huh.
I
You sure it
remember
wasn't
it
just
said-
like you with a hone edge?
Oh no. None of. I was the only Pokemon that survived that night.
Oh dear.
A beast attacked. We were all caught off guard, but it had this sword. It sort of saved me and Celine, and then it kind of left. I thought I would tell you since I feel like Celine would be too stubborn to mention it.
Kind of look up at the Corviknight. Yeah? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. She just wants to try to find the thing that attacked us. doesn't even bother to ask, "Hey, would you want to sing, Celine?"
Can she hear you right now?
She probably can't. She can only do that magic thing in order to hear me. But she
But she's
probably
doing-
can't. She probably can hear me, but can't understand me because she's kind of dead. But I like her. She's the only family I have now.
That's wow.
I feel like
Jim, do you have something? You just kind of hugs Luna. Jim just hugs Luna.
Aw. Luna just sort of like knuckles into the hug, like, I had a feeling you were actually pretty good.
I mean, yay. Or Jim talk. He's just like, yeah, I'm the king of the Pokemon village.
Well, you
Like-
see, I've heard a lot of rumors that the king was a bit of a dick. And I
Wrong
don't
king.
know.
You heard of the previous king.
Well, maybe it was the previous king. I don't know. Also, sorry for suddenly bringing this up. I feel if there was time enough, maybe I would have revealed it sometime later, but I don't know. On the off chance we end up
I feel like
dying.
we're running short on time.
Yeah. I hope we
Really
don't.
weird.
It's weird.
Anyways.
Well, if I do
Hey,
die, I
Brexton,
hope
anything
I
to
just...
say while I have this up?
Huh?
So, hey, Brexton, anything to say while I have this up? Since
No, literally, that's
speaking
what
with
he
animals.
says.
Oh,
Delightful conversation.
right. Is your book good at least?
I'm none. What are we talking about? He was busy. He was busy braiding Trixie's hair and was not paying attention at all.
I also like the image, but halfway through braiding the hair, Briggs just gets distracted because, you know, there's a butterfree just flying off to the side. And he stops paying
Oh, yeah.
attention. He just goes, "Mhm," and just ties Trixie's hair in a knot. And goes, okay,
Yep.
done.
That is absolutely what happens.
And just ties it in like a knot, like you tie a shoelace.
Do a loop-de-loop and pull. Your shoes are looking cool. Oh wait, I'm not tying shoes.
I think Braxian is a bit distracted.
Right.
Distracted.
But yes,
How was Breaks it always distracted?
Because wisdom is an 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're not all crap with strength. So that means okay. That's amazing.
but yes. If we do end up surviving, I hope to at least see all of you again. You lot seem very nice.
I mean, you'll
Plus-
see me around. I'm gonna get a job at the new Wooloo.
Braxian just kind of looks
And I
at...
Would I be able to get steaks?
I mean, of course.
Thank you. Do you know how hard it is to get steak when you're constantly on the road? It's kind of
Not very.
difficult.
You just gotta find yourself a milk tank or a Toros. Done.
I tried that once. Celine did not like it when I came back covered in blood.
Hold on one second. Celine!
You just hear Corvus Celine just go. "Quack." Oh,
Wild-shaped Corviknight?
okay, never mind. I forgot about that. Yo.
I've been speaking to a Pokemon this whole time.
What?
Well, I just love the image of, even though can't speak of animals, Celine just still goes.
She just sees the confused. She does that. Sees Freddy look confused and is like, "Nah, I'm just fucking with that. What do you want?"
Let Luna eat Tauros.
She doesn't know how to prepare taro.
Then you gotta teach her instead of just telling her no.
I tried.
Your dark-sided Eevee likes steak. You're gonna deny them?
No, I just don't want her to get food poisoning.
Then you teach them how to cook.
I mean,
But also,
Okay.
she is still a Pokemon. Do they even need to cook?
I
That's a
don't-
question.
look, she's gotten sick a few times. I tried to teach her. It didn't turn out well. But you know, if we end up surviving, maybe I will.
Maybe we can
Try
just... Hey,
again.
Braxton! Again. Maybe you can just,
Maybe.
like, be on hand and cook food, because you like fire. Fire cooks food.
I'm really good
true.
at cooking. Yeah.
Nice.
Then he ties Trixie's hair into another knot on accident.
I just look at it and I'm wide-eyed and I'm like, oh. Good!
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm glad my hair is short.
Luna's just like,
I bet I could do
don't
something
even
with your
have
hair.
that
Do you
much
want me
hair.
to do something with your?
My hair is very fine and fine. I don't think you can do anything with it.
Oh, he was addressing.
I don't think you can do anything with
Freddy.
Freddy's hair either.
But Grovile's little leaf quiff.
Jim just kind of holds it back. Just like, I'm fine. I'm fine. You see, I do.
Plus, people tend to die whenever they touch the golden rings on my body. It's weird.
Excuse?
Well, I mean, sometimes when I'm in danger, people.
Oh,
tend to
this is
get-
like it's Pokedex.
It's
entrance.
Luna.
Yeah, that's Luna. I got that was Luna, and isn't that a thing in the Pokedex for Umbreon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rings do
Umbreons
that or
have
something.
poison sweat.
Yeah, because way back in the original development, Umbreon was meant to be poison type, but then they developed the dark type, and like, oh, yeah, screw it.
Yep.
But we still don't have Poison, Bug, Dragon, Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a fairy.
I mean,
The same gen the fairy was created.
that was to
Still
overemphasize the whole fairy thing. Personally, I
Still
think
salty.
they aren't going to release any more evolutions.
Probably
That's
not.
kind of what I think. But it'd be cool if they did. Alright.
In my deepest dreams, I dreamed there were more members of the Eevee family.
I mean,
I dream
would
of
be-
Eevee.
I guess
That
to a
would be
certain
freaking
extent.
awesome.
I mean, actually, no, because I was just about to correct myself. Like, because one aspect of the whole evolution thing, right, is each evolution, they have one abnormally high base stat. So, like in the original three, those are attack, special defense, speed, and then. Oh no, Vaporeon's hit points, actually, I think. And then.
Yeah,
So,
Vaporeon, Tanky Boy.
yeah. So they all have got like a 140 base stat in something, and that's like the whole gimmick. But now they've kind of used all the base stats. But then I remember, oh yeah, Sylveon. Sylveon doesn't have one of them. What the fuck are Sylveons? And I don't know.
Fairy type, which is just overpowered in general,
Mm.
because it destroys.
It is. It is overpowered in some ways, but also it then. I love the fairy type, not because of fairy type's great, it's because it then gave steel and poison a reason to exist. Because
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
before that, what were like? Okay, yes, I can sit here and I can list off what steel and poison are good against, and it's basically nothing. So
I mean, poison's good against grass.
yeah, like poison's good against grass, and that's it.
That's basically
Which
it.
is annoying.
And steel is good against ice and rock, and that's it. So giving Fairy as well, which then became a very strong offensive type. It then gave these a good reason to exist, and it now gave a reason to have a good poison coverage move or a steel coverage move. Like, I love what Fairy did to the meta game. It really made every type feel worthwhile. Even if not to have that type of Pokemon, to have the coverage, and we are distracted again. Wyndon! You arrive at Wyndon Castle. It's big, it's fancy, it's disgustingly extravagant. You know, like, this is very much like, you would probably be offended at how, you know, opulent this is. You know, because you look at that and go...
Jim is offended by how opulent it is.
Yeah.
Is Speak with Animals still up? Could we say?
Yeah.
Just for Luna to say,
10 minutes.
just for Luna to say to Freddy, I am offended by how opulent is.
Yeah, you can say that, and then the spell wears off. But I think that's perfect timing.
Just one more thing.
Yep.
After all the talk, she just goes, I am offended by this building. Okay, bye.
Alright. So you land, the Corviknight kind of like squawks at you and just takes a little nap. Also, I'm assuming Lean turns back into Humon form. And you approach the palace gates, met by some guards, and they kind of nod and like, oh yes, we heard you were coming. You come on in, we'll take you to King Ed. Do.
God walk, God walk.
God walk. God walk. Do.
I look at Leopold and I'm just like, and you said this was just him.
Well, actually, if you kind of look at it, everyone is slightly... So, I don't know, maybe lots of guards just... I mean, quite frankly, you know how when you first came across me, I was very bored and just attacking a scarecrow for no good reason, aside from boredom? I assume all of these get very bored and just develop their own little guard walk song.
Maybe.
Look, anyhow, look, we're here. Ta-da! You walk into the throne room, dripping in gold, jewels. It's horrible. It's very... Alright, y'all have seen Donald Trump's, like, Manhattan apartment, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Where it is so needlessly opulent, it's actually just tacky.
Yep.
Yes.
It's that. However,
I...
the bottom, like, this is there's a throne on a very high podium, you know, large set of stairs. However, at the top of this, on the podium, there's a large throne, and on one side of, like, the throne kind of peaks, and on either side there's like a wolf's head carved out of gold, and like has diamonds and jewels and all that shit in it. And then laid down with large chains around their necks. On either side of the throne is two very large wolf-like Pokemon. One blue, one red. They clearly have battle scars. They're missing like the top of one ear each. And they're chained up, you know, giant chains around their neck. They don't look particularly, you know, happy or...
Pretty sure you can just say it's Zacian and
I can, but you don't know that.
The characters don't, we do.
Yeah. So yeah, you see Sword Doggo
Well,
and Shield
apparently-
Doggo.
Well, we've established
I
that
immediately
Luna
pet
has
the shield
seen-
doggo.
Oh no, these are at the top of this large podium. You know, and like, so what? You're just gonna walk straight up this podium to the throne?
Yeah, I'm gonna pet the doggo.
As you go to do that, guards they kind of like stop you, like put space, like, no, you don't go up there. That's king space.
But I want to pet the doggo.
And the
You
king.
can't just put doggos there and expect me not to pet.
Luna just keeps staring at the blue doggo.
And Leopold is staring at the red doggo. Like, you see King Ed, and the thing is, this staircase is so obnoxiously large, and the throne is so obnoxiously high up. Like, you can see King Ed is sat up there, and you see his mouth move, and you hear like this. It's so high up and so far away, it's nearly impossible to have a conversation.
I don't have like the. I have thaumaturgy. I can talk to him.
Yeah. So you can just
I'm
boom
gonna
and shout up
activate
to him.
that, and I'm gonna just go. Hey, can I pet your dog?
Bardic.
So I can't hear you, but I'm gonna assume that you said yes.
You then,
Bardic.
yeah.
Oh wait, answer Nick's thing first.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You then see
Oh wait.
what he does is he gets like a small Pokemon that is very unfamiliar to you. You've never seen anything like this in the Galar region. It's like a small bird, and its head resembles something like a musical note. And he kind of picks it up and goes, talks to it. And the bird flies down the stairs, perches on one of the guard's shoulders, and goes, no. These are animals. We're not animals, they're Pokemon. Only for the royals, not for peasants to touch.
But you see, we're not peasants.
Peasants! Not for peasants to touch.
Trixie's
Jim
gonna
just goes
kinda
over and
roll her
pets-
eyes.
Jim just goes up and pets the thing.
There are guards blocking you. They're going, no.
You can't block Jim. He's a rogue.
So you just go, like, you just limbo under the pipes
Jim-
they've got.
Jim's a king.
The Jim just walks on up, and the king is sat there, like King Ed's going, how incredibly unorthodox. I don't like it.
Jim's the king of Pokemon.
As Jim just walks up and like pets a dog on the head, the king, you see King Ed, he kind of like scampers up onto his throne, like almost very like cliched Tom and Jerry cartoon. Usually like the human in that have like scamper onto a bit of furniture
whenever they see Jerry.
Yeah, so it's very much like that, like oh no. As Jim just walks up and goes pat pat. Which doggo are you patting?
Shield doggo.
Yeah, the shield doggo goes. Oh. It kind of like rolls slightly onto its side and paws at Jim.
Could Selena, if words.
Words?
Hello?
Yes?
Okay, you guys are still there. I was going to ask if Celine and Luna could just stare at Sword Dog, roll something to possibly recognize it.
Yeah, go on ahead.
Okay. Like, I don't know, history maybe?
Yeah?
Okay. Just because of, like, the last minute bit of backstory we came up with.
Go for it. Nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Celine, you're like, Luna is going, huh? With a 5. But Celine knows exactly what that is. Celine, you very vividly recognize this Pokemon.
It is the Sword Doggo.
Yeah. So I'm just amusing myself with this. With King Ed being so cowardly and pathetic. No.
He's afraid of other royalty.
No, he just doesn't like people. He doesn't like other things. He doesn't like peasants. People below him.
But Jim's not a peasant. Jim is the king of Pokemon Village.
He still sees it as below him. Like, he's very uppity, very elitist, very much, I am the greatest, everyone is below me, and I don't like those who are below me. Bad person. Please, feel free to punch him.
First, I want to cast Speak with Animals. Like,
Are you all just gonna, like,
go up.
shove past these guards to go up and talk to this dude now, because you're bored of him? You're bored of this nonsense?
Yes. It's nonsensical. I don't... You know, Bardic, you know me very well by now. You know I do not deal with stupid people.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so...
Every time you throw a
Except
stupid
me,
person at me,
apparently.
I tell them to basically shut the fuck up and do what I tell them to.
Okay, so... What Leopold is gonna do... Seeing all this, Leopold goes... All right. And he pulls out his dual blade, kind of spins them around in his hands, and then rushes up, sweeps the pikes out of the way, and then like does like a jump and does like a 360-degree twist in the air as he does so, basically pushing back the two guards. And then he stops, does the Charizard pose, and goes, "Come on, then, bring it on!" And he's gonna just start running around and getting the guards to chase him around the room,
Yes.
giving you a chance to go
I am
up.
going to reward you. What after all of this is done?
You say
You're
that
getting so many smooches.
when you say that, Leopold goes, "Oh, oh," and then trips and stumbles and falls over
Don't
himself and
say
goes, "Ah, oh, oh, no, 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 it's okay. Ha ha, hoo, ha! I'm Leopold, the greatest hero of the world. Ha! Take that, yeah."
You sounded like you were doing a Johnny Bravo impression there for a second.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing very over the top ludicrousness. Ha, hoo, ha, yeah.
Little
So,
monkey with me.
so whilst that's going on, which I just find hilarious, you know, on the ground floor, because obviously there's the two guards there, and Leopold's running around and just collects more guards. It's almost like a bad Benny Hill sketch of just Leopold running, collecting guards, and bending them off.
A bad Benny Hill sketch as we tried to go to Sword and Shield Dock.
Yeah, as you just walk up, and the thing is that you get so high up, you can look down, and it almost looks like a game of Snake on a mobile. You're just all these things chasing Leopold around. So you get up there, and you see King Ed has crawled up to the top of his throne now. Is like perched on the top of his throne. Is no, don't get no closer. I don't like
Why
it.
are you such a coward?
I'm not. I just don't want to be touched by commoners. Ugh.
Jim's not a commoner.
You might as well.
You said the dogs could not be pet by peasants. Jim is very clearly not a peasant.
be. Quite
Do you
frankly,
not see his leaf? That is a crown.
well, it's not as big as my crown. And so...
Jim's gonna go up and knock the crown off his head.
Oh! I didn't like that.
Well, now you don't have a
this
crown.
is not the time to discuss whose crown is bigger.
Why are you even here? I don't like this.
Because the Colosians are invading and you've done nothing! We've had to do everything!
Well, they might be invading, but they aren't affecting me. Look, I'm all up here.
they're
Nothing's going to
not
affect me.
affecting
You don't
There's
understand how
nothing right
taxes
here.
work, do you?
I don't... Oh. But apparently not.
Oh my!
It was very dumb.
Well, perhaps I should, you know...
Do
Perhaps-
something?
Yes, okay, so, obviously...
Never mind.
Oh, no, sorry, you were going to talk. I'm learning. Apparently, I'm having character
No,
growth.
It's good.
Trixie, do you wish to also
Having
tear
character
this man apart? Oh, never mind. She is doing the.
No,
Trixie?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, well, what I can do, you know, obviously, I assume you've got everything else, but what I can do, I can send my two sons, Shield Tool and Sword Douche, down to assist.
You are a terrible father to give your son
I'm
those
sorry.
names.
I will send them.
exactly what I called them in my game. I just ran through it. I see them. I see their names, and I'm just no. Your names are not Shieldword and Swordbert. You're Shield Tool and Sword Douche.
I just called them Wingus and Dingus.
Wingus and Dingus works too.
Well, you know, that's their title. You know, their birth names are Wingus Dingus. Wingus and Dingus. But, you know, their official titles are, you know, Shield Tool and Sword Douche. But, yes. I will send them down with the legendary beasts of Galar. They are the makers of kings, after all. So, you know, it's only appropriate we go down with the royal princes.
Speaking of which, why do you have the legendary?
Because they are my property, like everything else in this region. Because I...
You do not own Pokemon. Brother, Jim said, and Jim and Freddy both say that, but they don't realize that the other one is saying that.
I love that. That's so anime, you know, where like, you know, so it's like the screen splits and it has both of their faces closed up and they both say the exact same thing at the same time.
Yes.
Except one is just go, "Grow!" But
Yeah.
it gets the effect and it's very beautiful. It's a good moment. And that happens. He goes, I don't like it. Horrible.
Well, I mean, if you want. Well, I mean, I think the best sources to ask about this whole thing is the legendaries themselves.
Is that what these are? These fantastic doggos? Is this what you
Yes.
were talking about, Luna?
They are the makers of kings.
Luna just looks
And
up and
obviously, as the king, they made me, and so therefore now they serve me. That's how it
That's not
works.
how that works.
Oh,
That's really not how that works.
Yes, it
Celine
is.
Celine just marches down and goes in front of, and basically walks so she is like in between both of the sword doggos and just, if you don't mind me, just casts Speak with Animals.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, now I've got to come up with voices for Sword Doggo and Shield Doggo.
Doggo and dog.
I got an idea, don't worry.
Okay, so you cast the spell, and the two, you know, they both stand up, and they both do that, you know, howl from the game. So that... And then they immediately just, like, shake their heads and break the chains.
Celine does a little bow.
Yeah. Shield Doggo says Amazenta. Truly a great honor. Finally find one. Valiant. Sword Doggo goes, yes! A wonderful soul! How fortuitous! How valiant! How brave!
I thought Zacian was a.
I think-
Fine.
I think one is meant to be.
Zacian's a girl.
I think one is meant. Finger quotes meant to be female, but I don't know. I'm.
Zacian is gender fluid.
Okay,
How about that?
Okay, hang on. How can I take my stereotypical over-the-top Lombardi voice and make it femme?
Oh, yes!
Because that's what this voice is! Lombardi! They're amazing! And so how do I take this? And I suppose if I just put it slightly up here, and then just, you know, slightly more femme. So it's still rambunctious and over-the-top and bombastic, but it's just a little more femme. Just a teensy bit more femme.
Yes.
Like, yes, truly wonderful and magnificent. And, you know, quite frankly, we didn't know what was going on. If we'd known, we'd have broken out of here hours ago. I'm terribly, terribly sorry.
Hours.
It is fine.
Hours? It have been like 3 days.
Hours, days? I don't know. Time's very difficult to measure when you are literally chained to a chair.
How long? So that proves my point of how you two aren't serving this king willingly.
I mean, the thing is, we can break out whenever we want, and we have done several times. The only issue is he always finds us and brings us back, so it's just easier to stay here, and then only move when we need to. So, if only there was a place we could go, you know, where, you know, we just wouldn't get interrupted, you know, somewhere with dense fog. That'd be really beautiful, don't you think?
Oh, like the place where they came from. The place where the Colosians appeared. Kind of.
Ah, that'd be...
I mean, I know my village is currently, well, destroyed and abandoned.
So the doggos and also Celine would hear Jim just go, so where Pokemon Village is, you're gonna take my village from me.
No. The thing is, we're not kings. We're not kings or queens. You know, we make kings and queens. We aren't them. Very different thing.
No, you're just very fluffy and sorry.
I am.
You're very noble doggos.
We are very
And also very fluffy.
fluffy, fluff. I am a fluff.
Fluff is possibly the best.
Ow.
The best
At this moment,
attribute one can have.
At this moment, Shield Tool and Sword Douche, they'll walk out. They both have like these are not rusted swords and shield. These are not rusted. They're very extravagant and luminous and beautiful and amazing. And they kind of walk out. They've each got one, and they're kind of stood at the bottom of the stairs and go, "Father, I believe you summoned us." No. Leopold just runs up and slaps them both in the face. Because Leopold is paying no attention to who's who. He's just running around and collecting every single person who comes into the room. So he runs and slaps him for the face and goes, "Bet you can't catch me! Ha ha!" Oh no!
Oh, that man is going to get 2 kisses on the cheek for that.
On the cheek, oh, so scandalous.
So very scandalous, I know.
And so with that, Sword Doggo, Shield Doggo, they just leap off the top of this giant podium. They go down, they pin Shield Tool and Sword Douche, and they claim their weapons. And, immediately, magical girl transformation sequence. Poof! Now,
evil by moonlight.
Yeah. So then, crowns, shield form, big sword. It's very dramatic, very impressive, and we're like, let's fucking go! Hang on.
But in dog, so it's like bow rah rah bow.
It's just like the victory howl in Okami.
Yeah.
Just like one big long howl.
So?
It's like they just sing the slumbering wield thing.
Yeah. And with that, they kind of beckon you to like come and grab hold of them, and you're like, "All right, come on, let's go." And so I assume you do. I assume you run down the stairs, and
yeah, I'm gonna ride the Shield Doggo like I want.
I call Sword Doggo.
Yep. So you're doing that. Leopold will jump on to the back of Sword Doggo as well and hold on to Celine's waist.
Come on, Trixie.
I said she was.
Oh, okay. Well, she's coming. She's coming with me on Shield Doggo.
Okie dokie.
Unless everyone wants Sword Doggo and I get Shield Doggo all to myself.
Yep. And so you do that, and then it's very over the top anime sequence as like the blur of color just as you sprint out, and it's like you see the world speed by you. And you're like just, and soon you find yourselves out in the wild area, and you can see the Battle of Motorstoke is still ongoing. You can see the Colossians being pushed back ever so slightly, but they are fighting hard. You see a cavalcade of giant Pokemon on either side. You can see all the lords. They've got their Gigantamax Pokemon. So there's a Centiskorch, there's a Dreadnought, there's a Flapple, or an Appleton. So Sid like that's like what? Or Sid like wait, I forgot what Sid's voice was.
Sid is Sid. Sid had the televoice, I think.
No. Oh no, Sid had real deep lowdown voice here.
Oh yeah, that voice.
Yeah, he's got the Sid voice from Final Fantasy IV, the one you.
Oh, Sid in Final Fantasy IV was doing a bad Macho Man Randy Savage. Was like, "Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
There's one more down here."
Yeah.
I see.
They aren't the same. This is the difference. I promise. They sound different to me. But yeah, it's basically, the scene in Pokemon X and Y where you can see like all the Pokemon in a big war.
Mm-hmm.
It's that scene. So big war going on. The Colossians have been pushed back out of Motorstoke, so now it is just out in the wild area. But it has spread from just outside of Motorstoke, and it goes like all through down the Motorstoke riverbank and over. It's covering quite a large area. You can see Right-Hand the Thirst and a bunch of other people that have all got Gigantamax Pokemon. But you can see that they are getting pushed back, and like some of the less important gym leaders, so Opal. It is just fucking Opal, but she's young now. So
Opal is 3,000 years old?
yeah, she's a fairy.
No.
Opal's a fairy.
Alright.
Except
I can't believe it.
I said earlier that it would have been Amber, because Opal and Amber, but whatever.
Nah,
it-
I believe
I guess it's
Opal
just
is
it's still
immortal.
just Opal.
It's young, sexy
I
Opal.
want it to just be. I just
Uh,
want it to be.
Yeah, and you
Those are the
just
poisson-
see like a giant
Fox.
cake get like smashed over, and like young sexy Opal goes, ah, and you know, so it's all that giant big battle where you can see AZ. AZ is stood on the shoulder of his Golurk, and he is commanding, and it just unleashes like a giant beam. Matt takes out. Let's say that takes out Ubak and his center Scorch, and that just collapses.
No! Ubak!
Why is this Golurk so freaking powerful?
Because it is.
Because it is, I guess. I heard God say it up there, so, you know. It must be
How
true.
do you engage in this battle? Like, obviously, there's a bunch of fodder. You can engage in fodder, but you don't need to waste rolls and all that shit. You know, you can. Please describe how you make your way through the battle to engage with AZ. Imagine this like some big Lord of the Rings / anime-esque charging through a war, just cutting people down, blowing shit up. Please feel free to describe how you
So it's
enter
Lord
the
of the-
fray.
So it's Lord of the Rings, Pelennor Field.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there is a bunch of D-Max Kaparaja around.
Yeah. Loads of giant elephants. Just there.
Do they still only count as?
Yes, they still only count as one.
Damn. What if we? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I just wanted to make that stupid joke.
Basically, this is your time to take full freedom, full liberty, and describe anything cool you want to describe. Don't worry, this does not use spells. This does not. You can just describe, alright, so, you know, I jump in the air, I do a backflip, I fire off 3 fireballs and take out 50 people in an epic display of epicness. I'm like, yeah, cool, you fucking do it.
So as we're pounding through the waves of enemies riding on top of Zacian and Zamazenta.
Yep.
And just Jim is bouncing between units, slicing heads as he goes by, and then comes back to the Zamazenta.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find more, and he does it again, and just keeps doing that in order to cut our way through a lot faster.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that Braxian and Trixie just kind of look at each, and they point. They both just kind of point at various Kaparaja as we're going through, and they're both basically casting Mind Sliver
Mm-hmm.
at the Kaparaja to basically create more. Yeah.
What does Mind Sliver do?
Mind Sliver. Here, I'll put the thing.
The thing?
The thing.
The thing.
Okay, so spikes of psychic energy. They take damage. All that.
Yeah, and it'd be.
Drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range.
Yeah.
The target
Yeah,
must
so-
make an saving throw. Unless the saving throw is successful, target takes damage.
Alright, yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're just like, you're blasting that and seeing these Dynamax Copperage, you go like, brrr, getting confused, kind of flailing around.
Yeah, essentially to create chaos on the field, and hopefully, you know, when they're freaking out about their heads hurting and stuff, just you know, taking out enemy soldiers.
Alright.
That's the idea.
Cool. And Celine, what are you and Umbreon doing?
I'm imagining that Luna is sort of sitting somehow on Zacian's head, and is just using Eldritch Blast to just cut a way through, like right in front of them. And as she's doing this, Celine is alternating between casting Moonbeam in case we need to make sure some group of soldiers are truly dead, and also she is spotting random allies and just healing them with Healing Word.
Alrighty. And then the last member, you've obviously got Leopold. What Leopold does is Leopold is gonna like jump off of Zacian, and yeah. Actually, no. Leopold doesn't jump off. Leopold gets knocked off. You know, in a like someone like fires a blast, and Leopold jumps to stop it from hitting Celine, and he gets blasted off and kind of rolls, and then he like stands up and kind of like dusts himself off, like, and then where he's landed, magically because of plot convenience, he finds like a dusk stone. He kind of picks it up and applies it to Callie, the dual blade, and beam of light. He now has a Aegis Slash sword and shield. He wields it and goes, ah! Charges in and starts fighting off other people along the way. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty epic. Leopold starts rallying other people, and people start cheering for him like he's a champion and he's wonderful. And you see he does like his attempt at like the spinning jump slash that actually works. Hits some people.
The one that he tried in the river and fell in.
The one that he tried at the river, the one he tried at the Scarecrow. The thing he's been trying a few times and just hasn't worked. But now he's got the shield. Instead of 2 swords, the weight is a little bit more evenly distributed. Or, you know, not evenly distributed, is unevenly distributed, allowing him to get a full rotation more easily because the weight helps pull him around. So he gets that, and he takes out lots of cool Pokemon he can take out.
Magnezone.
Yeah, so he does that, takes out a Magnezone, and then jumps off the Magnezone, like throws the shield at someone, has a Captain America moment. It's very cool, it's very big, it's very dramatic, it's very cool. And then, yeah, that's all that. So you all cut through, and you're there, you basically cleared out a small area, leaving just you and this giant Golurk with AZ sat on its shoulder as he looks down and goes, look at you, pitiful. You come to face me again.
But Behemoth Bash!
Wait, what?
Do the thing, Zama.
And so there's a big ow as it goes. The shield glows. It goes doo 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 doo, and it goes wah, and slams into a Golurk, and it goes, and it kind of stumbles, and it drops to one knee as AZ jumps off, lands in like stereotypical Iron Man pose, like punch to the ground, stands up, and AZ's a tall boy.
I'm gonna land on him. Like we bashed into the Golurk, and I'm gonna jump off of Zama and onto AZ.
All right. Do you want to roll me something for that?
Sure. What do you want me to roll?
What role seems appropriate to you?
Probably acrobatics.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a plus Fibble.
Nat fucking 20!
I do the thing.
Yeah, so you do a thing, but with a flip. I don't know. What do you want to justify with a nat 20 to accomplish with that?
Push AZ
He just like
to
lands
the dirt.
on his. He's. You said AZ's a big. So I just like to imagine how he lands in hero poses with like his knee on the ground, fist to the floor. I do the exact same thing, but I'm on his shoulder.
So you punch him in the head as you do it then?
Kinda, yeah.
Alright, roll... Consider it a hit. So, roll damage.
I mean, for a punch?
Actually, yeah, I
That
suppose
just-
a punch is just what your strength modifier is.
Which is -1.
Okay, so it's 1 damage.
Be like,
Let's go.
1.
Ha!
Could I quickly cast Bless onto Freddy
Yes, you can.
just to help him punch harder?
And since it's a crit, you can double that. So you can roll 2d4 damage for this punch.
2d4. Alright, 2d4, no pluses, because his strength is negative.
We're gonna do a 3rd level Bless so that it will affect all of us for the final.
Alright, so 3 damage. Yeah, that's 3 damage. It's not a great hit, but it's a hit. You're like, take that! It was more. It's
It was more awesome than it turned out to be, but
yeah, it's more for asserting dominance. It's more like T-posing, but with a punch.
Meanwhile, I'm assuming that Zacian just targets the Golurk with Behemoth Blade.
So I'm gonna land, and I'm gonna be punching his head, and I'm gonna be like, I thought that would hurt my head more, but it turns out stupid heads aren't very hard.
Hmm.
Okay. So, obviously that's how Freddy enters, that's how Selena enters with the Bless. Trixie, how are you entering this combat with AZ?
Well, okay, so once the Golurk, because you said it was brought down to one knee and people were able to jump on and that sort of a thing, would you say that AZ like less than 30 feet away by this point?
Oh, hell yeah. Although, remember, Freddy is currently kneeling on AZ, punching him in the head. So...
No, I was gonna go ahead and cast True Strike. Trixie's gonna cast True Strike, giving advantage on the next thing.
On a target in range? On who?
On AZ.
On... Wait, against the target.
Yeah,
on your next turn, you gated...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically she gets a snip of, like, future what he's going to be doing, and so
so you get advantage on him.
Yeah, you're preparing to fuck him up, basically.
Yep.
All right. Pokemans, what are they doing? So Jim, Braxian, Luna, how are you entering the fray?
I mean, Luna already was the one that was casting Bless.
Oh, Luna casted Bless. So sorry, Selena. Celine, what's Celine doing? How does she enter?
Because I was just imagining when I got the Golurk to basically kneeling down, Zacian just finishes it off with Behemoth. And so Selena's just riding on top of Zacian while that happens, while also casting another Moonblade for good measure onto.
Nice. Alright, so Moonbeam, you create a spotlight around this giant Golurk as Zacian leaps up, big sword, cuts into the Golurk, and there's like this big smoke cloud explosion, and I will explain what's going to happen there in a moment. After everyone else has decided what they're doing. Jim. What's Jim
he's
do?
going to do the thing that you made him do, because he's gonna because let's see what he's gonna do he's gonna do he's gonna do the rogue thing, the very high damage slash. First off to hit is a +6. It's a 23.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming he hits.
AZ, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So you run and you go. Fwah! Obviously, you do not get your rakish audacity, sadly, because there is another person within 5 feet. So, but yes, you get a 23. So that hits. So a big hit.
He doesn't get the sneak attack, but he does get the miracle.
But he does get his miracle seed, yes. So it's plus another 2d4.
So, yeah.
Plus the bless damage if you want to use it as well.
Yeah.
So that's 3d4.
That's an extra d4. Oof.
11 oof. That's really not great damage, sadly.
Yeah,
but
Freddy needs to back off.
Yeah, but you know,
Freddy was in the way, and Jim was like, "Oh no, I don't want her to."
You go, like Jim goes, gets a big slash. It hits AZ's chest. It reveals AZ's got like some pretty hefty armor on underneath, and it hits him, and he goes, "Ugh." When you're all finished moving, I'm going to have it. All right. Now, who else still has a move first before I can do mine?
Braxian's gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would know that this is important big fight and doesn't want to be as squishy.
Okay. So, as the giant smoke cloud on the Golurk disappears, you see the Golurk has collapsed. It's on its back, and like you see like a crack down its center, and light is still coming out, like a very large, powerful purple light. And that purple kind of like splits into like red and blue as the Golurk kind of like cracks open, and these two beams erupt out of it. One of deep red, one of deep blue, and you see these two like spiritual figures like jump out. One appears to be in the form of a large stag, and one appears to be in the form of a giant bird.
The Colosian legendary.
Yep, Yavatal. M&J TV fans will understand that. PokeTuber is a joke. He pronounces Yavatal. Yavatal.
Yavatal.
Yavatal? That sounds like a medicine.
Yeah.
Are you feeling aches and pains due to getting your ass kicked by Galarians? Try Yavatal. I'm sorry.
Okay, so yes, there's Yavatal and Xerneas. They both erupt out, and AZ he kind of like stands there, and he just reaches his hands up, and he is going to grab. He's gonna grab you, Freddy. I should get my dice out. I've not had to use dice for like the last couple of sessions of these because it's been mostly roleplay and we've been having fun. So now I actually need to hurt you. Okay. So, grapple is just a pose check, isn't it? So you can roll either acrobatics or athletics to oppose this.
Freddy, well, it's going to be acrobatics, because he sure as hell doesn't have...
Okay.
Athletic.
So I got a 27. 18 is not bigger than 27, sadly. Sadly.
Sadly. In quotations.
And he just grabs you on his head as he stands up, and he reveals that he's a good, like, nearly 10 feet tall. In fact, no, he is 10 feet tall. He's a big boy. And he grabs you, and he, like, grabs your ankles, and just pulls you off of his head, and he basically uses you like a professional wrestler uses a steel chair. He's gonna slam you down to hit Jim.
Uh-oh.
So, what's Jim's AC?
16.
Oh no.
I rolled a 19 on the die, so that is a 29 to hit.
Oh boy.
Oh.
This is... Technically, you're an improvised weapon. Surprise, surprise, AZ is not proficient in slapping a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
With another motherfucker with another motherfucker.
So...
Oh boy.
So, okay, the damage for this is going to be a d6 of damage for using you to hit Jim. You're both going to take this, but then this is technically fall damage for you because you're being thrown down more than 10 feet. You're going to take another d6 of damage afterwards as well. So, Jim is only taking 1d6. Freddy, you're taking 2d6. So, and then obviously plus his strength modifier, which is +5. So, okay. So, to begin with, Jim, you take 9 damage.
Ow.
And Freddy, you take another 3 damage from fall damage as you, like, he lets go and drops you onto the floor.
So 9 and 12?
Yeah, 9 and 12.
Ow.
As he points up to Yavatal in the sky. Yavatal, like, spreads its wings out wide, goes, creates like a ball of energy, and is going to blast it, and it's going to hit Shield Doggo. We're not worrying about damage for these. This is legendaries battling. We don't really need to pay attention to their hit points. That's whatever.
They're background fighting.
I mean, you can engage with them if you so choose, or you can just leave the legendaries to do their own fight, so you don't have to fight them, and you don't have actual legendaries fighting with you. It's like, yeah, they're doing their own fight. We're fighting the big boy. It's entirely up to you if you want to try and fight X deer and Y bird, or you can just let the doggos fight them.
X deer and Y bird.
I think I'll just leave that be unless they're still being dicks when we are done with these.
Okay. So, Marty, what do?
Well, I do believe that is the end of like the first round. Do we need initiative?
Want to do initiative?
I mean, it's basically just all of you versus AZ. So, we'll do what we have been doing. Instead of it being like initiative, just consider it a check. He rolled piss poor. So if you roll higher than a 7, you move before him. If you roll lower than a 7, he moves before you.
Okay.
So, easy, easy.
I rolled a 7. Freddy rolled a 7.
Well, that's a 14.
Well,
oh no, it's up there, 7.
Freddy rolled a 7. Jim rolled
you have a higher dex mod than him, so you move first. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's all of you, and then him. Pretty simple.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
Wait, has Braxton
still
rolled?
being held?
No, he
hit,
hit and then dropped you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Jim can stab away without having a problem.
Yeah, Freddy, you can say you like roll 5 feet away. Like,
he rolls.
There you go.
Jim gonna stab because he's angry, mad. It's not okay, but it's not okay. Don't do that. Oof. That's a nat 1.
So as you run to like swipe with the sword, you know what? He's going to use one of his legendary actions, basically to counter. So as you swing the leaf blade, he's going to catch the leaf blade between his hands, twist, and then grab Jim's arm, do like a discus thrower spin, and he's going to chuck you. I'm just going to roll a d6. On a 1, he just throws Jim into like the floor and doesn't hit anybody. On any other number, he's going to throw it into another party member. So everyone decide a number for yourselves.
Between what?
Between 2 and 6. Pick a number.
I'll be 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be 4.
5 and 6.
So
Okay,
Selena
I'll be
and Luna are
4.
3 and 4.
Okay, so
Selene 3, Luna 4.
So Selena's 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's Jim McGroval being chucked at your face.
Shit.
For a nat 20.
Oh god.
So
you crit with throwing a. How dare!
So
At the squishy mage.
So okay, let me. Oh gosh, I wasn't expecting this because this is damage on both Jim and Selene.
Just roll it. We'll be fine. Just assume that we'll be fine.
Okay. 4, 8, 10, 15, 20 damage on both of you.
Ow.
Shit. Ow. 8. That is 18 health left.
Who goes next?
Can Selene still do a thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is still all of your turn. That was him countering. That was a legendary action because
Like
he big boss.
Okay. I'm going to assume that Luna is nearby for this to work, because basically Selene just looks down at Luna and is like, if somehow we don't get out of this, or if I, you are sometimes a pain in my side, Luna, but you friend. And then she just casts Beast Bond.
Okay, so Beast Bond. You establish a telepathic link with one beast. You touch it as friendly to you or is charmed by you. Yep, that's fine. Doesn't fall under a failure condition. Until the spell ends, the link is active while you and the beast are within line of sight of each other. Through the link, the beast can understand your telepathic messages, and it can telepathically communicate simple emotions and concepts back to you. While the link is active, the beast gains advantage on attack rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that you can see. Nice.
That last part specifically is why I want to do that, because Luna is going to attack AC.
Go for it.
Yo,
And she is going to try to do an Eldritch Blast, which I forget the.
2d10, or well, no, it's 1d10 twice.
Yeah, it's 2 separate attack rolls.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also plus 2d4 because of your black glasses.
Okay, so it's what is the roll, like R slash or slash R?
Slash R.
Yeah, slash R space.
Or you can just click on the thing on the side for advanced dice roller.
Well, the thing is, Eldritch Blast isn't part of Luna's thing for D&D Beyond, so.
No. In roll side, all of our tools, one of them it looks like a dice, and then advanced dice roller. Then you can roll any kind,
okay.
up to 8, 10, 12, 20, or 100, and then add whatever modifier.
2d10.
Well, you need to roll to hit, so you need to do your d20 plus whatever. Obviously, you have advantage on both of these. So just roll 4d20.
4d20.
Yeah, just to speed up like the whole advantage thing. Okay, so your rolls to hit are 19 and 12. And what's Luna's plus to this?
It's a plus 5.
Okay, so that is a 24 and a 17 to hit. Yeah, they will both hit. So now roll
2d10.
Yeah, 2d10 plus 4d4.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll this and roll the 2d10 first and then the 4d4.
Yeah. So,
that's good damage.
Yeah, so 27 damage. Nice. As that hits, these 2 blasts, they just go pew pew. They like smack AZ in the chest, and you see the glorious breastplate he's wearing. You see it like crack, and you see there's like quite a large Legend of Zelda-esque weak spot forming on his armor as he like takes a step back and stumbles and goes, let's see. Now it is time to play seriously.
So he is wearing armor.
Yes.
Right. Heat metal.
Oh, you're heating metal?
I'm a heat metal. I'm a heat metal.
Does that do anything on turn 1, or does that take effect turn 2? I can't.
Let me see. Let me actually read the damn thing, because I never do the thing. EFGH Hero Hellish Healing Heat Metal. Choose a manufactured metal object such as blah blah armor. Cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage. Until the spell ends, you can use your bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. If a creature is holding or wearing the object that takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of the next turn. So he can't stop it unless he kills Freddy.
Okay, yeah. So heat metal. So that was 2d8. I believe you said.
Yeah.
All right, do it.
2d8.
Another 6 damage. So you can see like the armor like burning. You see like smoke and steam coming off out of it, and you can obviously you can't see his flesh underneath, but you can see him grit his teeth. He goes, "Oh, mother! This is gonna hurt him. This is gonna hurt him real bad."
So then he has to make a con saving throw?
Yep. Okay. That is an 18 on his saving throw.
That beats my save DC. But if he didn't, then he would have a disadvantage on his attack rolls until his next turn.
Yeah.
And ability checks. But whatever. He's still gonna take the damage.
Oh yeah, he's taking that damage.
I'm just imagining this with like the actual canon of Pokemon where AZ just becomes immortal, and like many years later he is still imagining this. He is still having nightmares of this battle to this day where he got blasted by an Umbreon and then had his flesh cooked, and it was terrible.
Why do you think he wears that big overcoat? Because his entire chest is like mottled and scarred and...
That's why.
Okay.
It's also why he is never in public, just in case we became immortal and are looking for.
Kay, what are Trixie and Braixen doing?
Trixie and Braixen, they're gonna kind of just stand side by side, and they're both going to cast Chromatic Orb. Trixie is going to do acid damage, Braixen fire.
Mm-hmm.
So Trixie has advantage. I guess wait, why did it?
You do
Okay,
2d20 plus 6.
Yeah, well, it should have done it separate. I don't know what happened, but anyway, so 15 plus 6, that's what, a 21?
Yeah.
15 plus 6 is 21. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
13 plus 6 is 19. Both of these will hit.
Oh well, that was Trixie's because she had advantage.
Oh, for the blah, 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 blah.
From True
Yeah,
Strike.
Yeah.
It just didn't separate it for some reason.
No,
So...
I was having a blep thinking you were rolling for both of them, but no. Yeah, bat.
Okay, so Trixie creates a warb, like an orb of acid, slings it at him. That's 12 damage. Breaks.
Oh, I just made my skin crawl. If you throw that at wherever the small crater has been made in his armor, you basically splash acid into his currently burning flesh.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
It's double burning. It's both chemical burning.
Yeah, it's coming to Gala.
Braixen was a 23 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay, for an additional 9 fire damage.
Oof. Yeah. AZ, he's like just taking step after step backwards of each of these hits. You know, it's very over top anime. So it's big dude, and like each hit, you see him like take half a step back, and you are physically pushing this dude back. Everybody has done something this turn, haven't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I fear.
Yeah. So AZ, he kind of like he deeps briefly. That's not words. He breathes deeply. He goes, okay, that's it. And he reaches in to where the little crack has been made in his armor. He's gonna take another D8 of damage by gripping hold of the heated metal.
Oh.
And he rips it open, so he rips this metal off of his own chest, and you can now see his flesh underneath. It is pink, it is burned, it's rough. And you can see him holding these two half sheets of armor in his hand. And he's basically gonna wield these as like punching weapons, or like horrible heated... This is going to hurt him, so he's going to take another D8 worth of damage. Nick, do you want to roll that, or do you want me to roll that?
I want to roll it.
Roll it!
Got it.
8
Got it.
damage. Yeah, so you see like the flesh on his hands like melt slightly as he's holding these, as he rushes up. Jim is the closest to him, I think.
Oh boy.
Actually, no, he yeeted Jim away. Jim is not the closest. Jim got yeeted. So
Oh, yeah.
Freddy
We
is.
need Jim into Sol.
So that means Freddy is technically the
Freddy's
closest.
closest.
Freddy!
So he runs up. He's gonna take one of these. He's gonna use it. He's gonna try and slash Freddy across the chest with it. 17 on the die.
That hits, but also he needs to make
A con save.
Dex.
Dex save. Oof. That's not a great save. In fact, he fails it entirely.
Cool. Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, that's so fucking cool! Like, he runs up with this heated metal, runs up and he slashes you. I'll roll the damage back in a second. But as he does so... Okay, so let me roll the damage, which is not a small amount of damage, because he's essentially wielding a piece of metal that's on fire. Well, it's not on fire, but it feels like it is. So...
But also, I chose a Tiefling as my base race, so I got Hellish Rebuke for
Oof.
free.
Okay, so that is 18 damage he's going to deal to you with this one sheet of metal. Do you want to...
18?
Yup, because it's 1d8 plus 1d6 for the heat, and
Okay.
plus his 5 strength. Do you want to Hellish Rebuke back at him?
Yeah, which I rolled already was 16.
16, and he erupts into flames. Just, and he kind of goes, ugh! And then he gets his other heated metal, and he's going to look. He's going to be he can't really see what's going on right now. So once again, I'm just going to roll a d6. Do you want the same numbers as before? So 1, he just yeets it into the distance. Or do you all want to pick a different number?
I'm cool with the same numbers.
I'm cool with the same
I'm
numbers.
cool. Also, Luna has started dying. I just realized that shit could be.
Okay, so I rolled a 4. So 4 was Luna, right?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
My baby.
with a 24. Oh, sorry, it's not 24 because it's a ranged attack. So it is only 19.
Yeah, that still hits.
So 19 to hit Luna for stay on the table. Okay, that's not much. For 13 damage from this.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be mean as well and ask for him to make another dex save.
Yeah.
What do you have?
I have Braxian has Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, that's only if you get hit.
It's oh yeah that you can see. Never mind, brain.
I mean, if you want to justify, Braxian goes.
Casting time reaction, which you take in response to being damaged by a creature.
Yeah, so it would no, never mind.
If you want Braxian to come and take this damage for Luna so you can do this, I'll allow it. You want Braxian to have a breakout hero moment, stand in front of Luna, take the hit, just so Braxian can set this dude on fire even more.
Yeah, I mean, if that's possible, if Braxian can't step in the way,
I 100% allow it. And he
I
rolled.
would also allow it.
He rolled a
Oh,
7
goodness.
on his dex save, so more fire, please.
All right.
So you would take the 13 now instead of Luna?
Yep.
Yeah, I would. Braxian would take the 13.
Mm-hmm. So
Takes 14 Hellish Rebuke
An
damage.
addition-
Yes.
Yeah.
an additional.
Also, okay, I just want to say when Braxian does that, Luna just stares for a moment, but then kind of does like a little nuzzle like against Braxian's leg, like what cats do.
Mhm.
all right, you can see AZ is pretty beaten up.
Oh, actually, question.
Yo,
Is this considered bludgeoning or fire because the metal's?
well, Well, the D8 is technically piercing because it's like a sharp piece, but the D6 is fire damage. So if we take that into account, 5 of the damage is fire, so you only take 2 damage from that because resistant. So in reality, you only take 10 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how maths works.
Resistant. Yeah, you math.
Yeah. Alright, so AZ, he's looking pretty bloodied, beaten up. For one,
again?
yeah, for one, he's ripped his armor off, so it's now even easier to hit him. Oh, first things first, I suppose he needs to make a con save to see if he can keep wielding his makeshift weapon, doesn't he?
It's on my turn, actually, I believe, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. But obviously, turn order is...
It's on my bonus action.
Yeah.
Which I will do first. I'm going to do the bonus action to do that again.
Okay.
It will still inflict 2d8 damage. Right,
okay.
1d8.
Okay, so he got an he got an 18 on his con save.
So he will take the damage, but he'll drop the thing.
Yeah. So 18.
Um.
So he drops it because he goes and you see there's like a horrible big burn mark across his hand. He drops it, takes the damage.
And then I need him to make another save, a wisdom saving throw. As Freddy just starts whispering in Infernal.
I got a 17.
Damn it.
Dang.
So he's gonna take 3d6 psychic damage halved.
Okay.
Because I was doing disadvantage.
Holy fuck!
Ooh.
Max damage, good lord.
Okay, so 9 damage as you go. As these whispers going, oh no, ah.
Yeah.
It's the whispers of all the ones you've murdered. They're now whispering in your ear.
Yeah.
Alright. I know, that's exactly what's happening.
Damn it,
I know, but
Freddy's still right next to him, isn't he?
You can move back, but let's say he's currently unarmed, so he will not get an attack opportunity against you.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna go like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
And then Jim's gonna come up and hit him because now Freddy's not right next to him, so now he can actually get he can get sneak attack damage if I hit. Which I always forget. What the hell is Jim's to hit? Jim's to hit is a +6. For 1d12, not d12, d20 plus 6. That's a 9. That doesn't hit.
Oof.
God damn it.
Ooh. You have. Oh no, you don't have advantage. That's not how Rakish abuse. Damn it!
Rakish Audacity.
Yeah, I'm mixing up things now.
Yep.
Wait a minute. I keep forgetting I'm a freaking bard!
Yeah, do you wanna...
Wait, Bardic Inspiration takes a bonus action. I used that already for heat metal damage.
Darn.
You didn't use a bonus action the previous turn, so you can say you gave it to him then.
Retcons! Thanks, Bardic. Alright, so we'll do that. Add a d8. That's a 1.
A 10 hits. Dude's got, no dex.
Dude has no deck, and he has no armor. I forgot I took off his armor.
Yup.
Alright, so now we get to roll the ridiculous damage that is Jim's slash. Which, let's see, that is a... Come on. Click slash R 1d8 plus 3d6 plus 2d4 plus dex, which is a 3.
17
wow,
damage.
A lot of ones in that.
So Jim rushes up and just does a big cut, or is Jim T-posing?
He always T-poses. Assume he's T.
Yeah. So T-pose slash. It's a big cut across AZ's chest as AZ and like stumbles back and drops to a knee. AZ's looking real beat up. You could probably take him down pretty easily this turn.
Go on, hit him! Don't.
So Braxian's just gonna look at AZ and just kind of shake his fur and just go bricks and cast Mind Thrust. So I need him to make an int save.
Meanwhile, in Pokemon, Luna is just looking up at Braxian like, fuck him up.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so he takes the full 7 damage, but not only that, but he cannot make a reaction until the end of his next turn. On his next turn, if he survives, he must choose whether he gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. Only gets one of the 3. So yeah, basically can only do one of those things.
A move, an action, or a bonus action. Wow.
Yep. And then Trixie is going to look at him, and bells are just going, like, these ominous bells are going to start ringing around him, and I need him to make a wisdom save.
Nat 1.
So many saves.
Alright, that's, yeah, okay, so because he's already missing HP, that is a 2d12.
Oof.
Oof.
Big damage.
Toll the dead.
Toll the dead.
Alright, so 10 damage as these loud ringing can be heard in his ears. AZ kind of like, he puts his hands to his head and goes, ah.
Not to mention the whispers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's like whispers and bells and psychic energy being thrust.
Luna and Celine, I think are the only 2 left now.
I have an idea, and if AZ does die after my turn, then this will be a bad idea, but I want to do this anyway. First of all, Celine is going to try to fire her. First of all, Celine and Luna just sort of make a plan, just talking to each other through telepathy. And then they nod, and Celine tries to fire a crossbow at him.
Alright, go for it. 6 does not hit.
It's just like a distraction as Luna, because AZ is kneeling down, right? Luna is going to just walk up to him, hold out her paw, and fire Eldritch Blast point blank at his head.
Fuck. Okay.
So that's 2d20.
2d20?
Or no.
Okay, so both
like
these
hit.
hits are with advantage still, aren't they? Because of the thingy.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so roll 4d20 and match your to hits. So that 1, 9, either of those hit, 13. So 1 hits with a 13. So that is
that's without her pluses.
Oh, pluses. I forget
Just
pluses.
a +5.
Okay, so actually, yeah, both hit. The 9 and the 13 will hit. So yeah, you total damage is 2d10 plus 4d4.
Okay, so 2d10 plus 4d4.
9 plus 8, 17 damage, point blank into AZ's head. Just as he's like lifted off the ground slightly. This big 10-foot tall dude who's down on one knee. Umbreon walks up and goes, "Ah!" and just blasts him like off the ground as he's knocked back like 10 feet from everything. As he's laying there, clearly defeated at this point. He just raises an arm up. He goes, I have error in calculations. Yavatal, come! And Yavatal swoops down and lands like over AZ and kind of like brings its giant Y arms in such a way to cover AZ, and it like kind of scoops him up into the claws, and then leaps and starts flying off. And Xerneas will break out from the combat was having, create a large flash of light. And this is like a big flash of light, like so much so that everyone has to look away for a little bit of time. And then as you turn around, as the light clears, you see the entire Colossian army retreating, a giant Y-bird in the sky flying, carrying the limp body of AZ in its claws. You see him how look down and goes, seems I shall have to return. Next time, my weapon will definitely. And then he's gonna pass out because dude is beaten bad. And with that,
Luna and Celine flip AZ off as he's flying away.
Pull up 2 fingers, like, fuck you.
with that, the Colossian army is retreating. You have won the battle. The war, questionable. Don't know if they're gonna retreat, come back, but you are driving them out of the region. We'll say like the combined Galarian army, they're gonna keep chasing them off and going, no, you can't do it. Shoo. And you just keep pushing and pushing them out of the country. And so eventually, like over the next day or so, they'll be free of the country, but they might come back in the future. The battle is won, the day is saved. We'll do like a little fast forward, say like a week or two. So you've got a week or two of peace, you can fully recover, you can get on. And let's say you've got choices. You can either be in one of the Lord's castles, having some kind of celebration, or you can return to Wedgehurst and you can be in like a quick makeshift replacement for the Bassoon Wooloo. Where would you prefer to have your celebratory
Postwick, just outside the slumbering Weald.
Yeah!
Alright, so you're at Postwick.
Oh, actually,
yeah.
I have an idea, but also I know I've been talking a lot, so I don't know.
No one has a problem with you talking.
Basically my idea was like Celine just sort of leads everybody to basically a makeshift home that she made for herself with Luna after the whole village got destroyed. So having sort of a celebration there, like at Celine's place, which is near the Slumbering Weald.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, Postwick, where Hop and Leon's house is, we'll say that's where you've got your little makeshift home. You're there, and all the crew is gathered there. We'll say the lords are gathered there if you so want them to be. You're having a nice little celebration, recovery, whatever it is you want to do. King Ed, he's basically like lost all power because the story, like Leopold has basically told the other lords King Ed's a coward, don't. And so basically King Ed, Shield Tool, and Sword Douche, they have been shooed out of Wyndon and they've got to disappear, which they have done. They have fled. No one knows where they've gone. Someone rumored that they went off to the Crown Tundra or something. Who knows? We won't learn about that until at least November.
I hope they get eaten by a I hope they like flesh.
Okay, we are at the ending point. We are sadly going to have to make these little like epilogue scenes quite small. But if everybody would just like to have like a quick 2 or 3 sentences describing their little epilogue scene where they get some kind of closure. We will start with Trixie. Trixie, what is happening for you in this epilogue?
Like after the celebration or during?
During, and then you can say what Trixie goes on to do.
Okay, so during the celebration, Trixie's trying her to be friendly and kick back and relax and hang out with everybody. But Braxian kind of has to like help push her into it and such. Yeah. Yeah, so just kind of hanging out, having a good time, and eventually they do exactly what Trixie said they were going to do, and stow on side to try to investigate these rumors of reviving these strange fossils that people have uncovered there.
Okay. So that's your little epilogue scene. Freddy, what's your little epilogue scene? Little thing at a party, and then what you go on to do with like a couple of.
So of course, like we're at the new Bassoon Wooloo, and he very clearly is up on a table, performing terribly yet again.
Did you roll another nat 1 on your performance?
Another string breaks again. I've made a song about a wondrous tale this.
Okay. Nothing could be more narratively perfect than your first roll of the game and the last roll of the game being a nat 1. That's...
Yep.
Chef Kiss couldn't write it.
And that's not something I could plan either. I just rolled that.
Meanwhile, in the background, Jim and Luna are just playing poker and swindling people out of money.
But they're instead of playing for money, though, they're playing for steak.
Yeah.
Okay.
They somehow formed this very weird, but also kind of cool kinship.
Yeah. And obviously... keep going.
Blood-bonded brother and sister now.
And obviously, Celine and Leopold, your little house is in Postwick, which is literally just down the road from Bassoon Wooloo, so you can still go and see each other all the time. You're very close to Stumbling Wheel, so you can go and check in on Shield Doggo and Sword Pup whenever you like.
And
Celine.
later down the line, whenever we're done with the at the tavern scene, later Jim, now a Septile, discovers a stone.
A stone?
And becomes his most wonderful thing he ever could be.
A Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Yay!
Wow.
It's became a thing.
And Celine, what is your epilogue life like?
Well, I assume after reuniting with Leopold on the battlefield, she's dating him, and in between watching over the slumbering Weald, she is also just checking up on Freddy and stuff. She is also
Lord knows he.
Yeah, she's also searching into the weird hand-shaped creature that attacked her village, while also trying to teach Luna how to cook. It doesn't go well. The house burns down once. Luna is not a good cook.
So
Not a
Celine
good cook is undone.
Freddy.
Alright, so then Leopold's little wrap up to his story. Obviously, dating/living with Celine in Postwick. He likes to spend time with Bassoon Wooloo. He also raises a Charmander that he found abandoned on a battlefield, takes it in, he looks after it, and it becomes his secondary partner Pokemon to Ellie, the Aegislash. And he trains it up, and he starts going around and starting his whole, hey, we should get some kind of competitive training, but also for fun. So he goes from town to town doing that, and yada yada. Many months later, Trixie. during your research and so on forth, like you've discovered the fossils and you've got a vague idea how they work, but for some reason, whenever you try to make them, they just don't look quite right. It's like you've got two halves of different fossils, and they just we're not quite there. So as you continue your research, you come across something, you know, reporting on this whole Dynamax phenomenon, and there's this image of like a giant hand from the sky. There is also a little theoretical concept that somebody could take this energy and turn it into a terrifying weapon.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
It is then. I'm just going to decide this for you because it makes a nice little narrative thing. I'm assuming you go, I should go tell my friends about this.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally what she.
Yep. So you go to Basund Wulu. It's very much like the beginning of the first session. You're all sat around and you're talking about the concept of this terrifying weapon. And all of a sudden, the doors swing open. This very exhausted-looking man goes, "Oh dear! Oh, you will not believe it! Oh dear! Oh, this is Colosians.
Right, mate.
Oh no, not really. But you know, Colosians. Woo! Yeah. Woo. The back. Except this time,
The Colosians are.
the Colosians are back. Except this time, they're carrying around this giant thing that looks like a flower. And I saw a giant hand come from the sky. Oh no.
Well, here we go again. Fat
And then cut to an anime, like just a still image of like everyone jumping up from their table ready for battle. And you know, there's moments of comedy in it. So like the poker table gets flipped over and Luna's like jumping to grab steak and Jim's like trying to grab like the cards quickly. It's both comical, like we're going out on another adventure, but also like, no, but this is serious as well.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we are going to wrap up this game here for however long. This was definitely a fun experiment. The next part I want to work on is the concept of maybe adding additional Pokemon partners. So I'm going to figure out how to put that in. But that's going to take some time, and obviously Nick is no longer exiled for the safety of the realm. And
Yeah.
so we'll see how schedules work out and if and when and all that jazz as to if we can pick this back up. Probably give it a couple of months. You know what? I think it'd kind of be perfect to wait until Crown Thunder comes out, and then we've got even more Galar to play around in and extra stuff. So
Yeah.
we shall see how this goes. But if anybody wants to catch all of this, you can find the entire when this goes up, which will be later this week. All 5 sessions are over on the YouTube channel. Go check that out. Just the Bardic Knock. Find this. You'll find all 5 episodes. It's been a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope my players did. But I have been.
I had a lot of fun.
Yep.
Also, I'm sorry if I talked a lot this session. I'm pretty sure I got like excited at parts.
That's
Hey,
good.
That's good. You were not feeling pretty great at the beginning, but now you are.
Yeah, but also I felt like I was just talking over people sometimes, or a lot of times.
I don't think so. Whatever.
Okay.
I don't think you were at all. So I think you. Alrighty. So I have been the Bardic Knock. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully starting Isle of Armor, but I now don't know what time that is, so that's going to be a whole mess of stuff.
Yeah.
But-
since the thing came, yeah.
You can find, like, you can join the Discord server and you can do all that, and it's a great place, and we're doing more of this. Coming in the future, soon-ish, probably at the beginning of next month, there's going to be a new tabletop role-playing game starting up, the Final Fantasy D6 system. That is going to be taking place on Sundays. More information will come for that soon. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see more stuff like this, we're going to be doing some Final Fantasy stuff. There's obviously the One Piece game, which is every other Saturday. you can check that out as well. I like anime and I like Dungeons and Dragons, so smush them together and we have a lot of fun. That's me, and that's what I'm doing. / have done. Players, say your goodbyes to the stream, not to each other.
What if I don't wanna? What if I don't wanna say?
You have to because you're going to work.
Oh, fine. You're right. Fine. I'll say my goodbye. Well, goodbye, people. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, but like as when I first started working at my job, and like I told them, or they said, what 2 days would you prefer to not? I was just like Friday and Saturday, because at that time that's when I have all days. For instance, the Marine, which Bardic, and they also have which closer in that you can find that on a bit on. See.
Oh.
I think
This-
I ramble.
Discord went
but,
absolutely terrible there for a second. So,
oh boy.
Oh no.
no, Discord is telling us to wrap it up.
Around. Wrap. All right, I'm Strider. Winter over there. On Bardic. Every place Bardic is, you can find. That's me.
Okay, so that was still pretty terrible because Discord is being a massive butt. So basically, Strider Winters, you can find him there, most places, on Twitter, Nikias Rota. He's the mod of the Discord, he's the mod on Twitch. Like him, come check him out and say thank you for doing the wonderful email. That is Strider. Hopefully this stays okay enough. Okay, Brian, do you sign off?
Hey, yeah. Hey, I'm Thunder K. You can find me on my channel every other Thursday. We're running a makeup session, Crisp Stride,
Yay.
on my Twitch channel this week. So we're going to be playing 2 weeks in a row, since we couldn't play last week. You can also find her friend who is in the process of switching everything over on Twitch, Big Bouncy, with Bardic and Nick as well. You can also find me. Yeah, I do stuff sometimes, and I have, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, Undead everywhere except Twitch. It's K Undead. So yeah.
Alrighty, and finally, ATB.
I am a tired bye. I am pretty silent on the internet and not really around much of play. I can usually be seen with various chats such as Bar, and despite this cannot be free of me because I shall chat, providing my terrible humor and commentary.
Yeah.
So aren't you also in the Final Fantasy D6 game?
Yeah, but that isn't started yet. But once that is done, you shall see me as an edgy Dark Knight. Be
Yeah.
afraid.
All
Very
I'm always-
afraid.
righty.
Um,
That is everything.
And also, I'm with Curse of Strahd.
So with
Now it's
that,
everything.
thank you everybody for tuning in for this, and until next time, stay safe. Happy adventures. Bye bye.
And enjoy the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLCs for me.